Bonjour, je m'appelle Meike Wernicke et je suis professeure agrégée dans le domaine des langues et littératie en éducation, ici à l'Université de la Colombie-Britannique. My work in critical applied linguistics, I would say, has evolved out of my educational experiences, both in formal linguistics, but also over the many years I've spent learning and teaching in modern language and heritage language settings, French, German, Spanish. It's also very much informed by the places on which I do this work. So here at UBC, the traditional, ancestral, and unceded lands of the Khmatquiyam, and the presence and resurgence of their Hunkaminam language, but also the languages of my closest colleagues across Canada, like Nihiyawewin, the Cree language. My work as a researcher and teacher educator, I would say, centers for the most part now on French language teacher education. I work with both future teachers and experienced educators. And for me, a really important starting point for language learning and teaching is how we understand what language actually is, how language functions in society, how it's connected to place and informs our worldviews, and how we use it to accomplish things, get things done. So I'm interested in how language contends not only with cultural knowledges, but different knowledge systems and worldviews through critical intercultural studies, how we use language to construct difference in order to marginalize, exclude, racialize, and how we might disrupt these processes of discrimination and oppression. In my research, I examine the ideological and discursive workings of language and culture and how these are connected to language policies of official bilingualism, more recently the Indigenous Languages Act, and in turn how these policies are then taken up by language teachers and administrators. And this is often evident in how participants construct their professional identities and how they talk about teaching and managing French from their particular positions and experiences. And I would say really important is that this research explicitly foreground decolonizing and anti-racist approaches that render visible how language is implicated in questions of race and power that continue to produce the settler colonial realities of today. From my location as a settler researcher, then, I'm involved currently in several interrelated projects that support and seek to create spaces for the reclamation of First Nations languages, especially in French language education spaces. And this can only be done in collaboration with my colleagues and our graduate students, our teacher candidates, who are working to reclaim and revitalize their ancestral languages, like Hunkaminam, like Squamish, Lillooet, Wet'suwet'en, many of the other Indigenous languages. So my role as a settler is to support this work through the relationships that I've built, that I continue to build, and that I'm accountable to with colleagues, students, and educators across this country, and to do this work in ethical and respectful ways. Und ich glaube, das wär's. Danke.